Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos a otra sesión de Satchel Classes. Soy Mr. Castrillón and I would like to welcome you to another session here on Satchel Classes. Hoy me levanté temprano. This is today's title, and this lesson is intended to Key Stage 3 pupils. However, if you are Key Stage 4, you are more than welcome to join us today. Today's objectives. Hoy vamos a identificar actividades que hacemos en las tiendas. Aprender el tiempo pasado con un grupo muy especial de verbos. Y vamos a describir lo que hicimos ayer en las tiendas. But before we start, we are going to practice our pronunciation. And today's sound is going to be E, E, E. As you can see, we have a symbol on top of or above the E, and that means that the sound needs to be slightly longer than the usual sound. This is because in that way we will be able to stress the actual sound that we want to produce. Let's see some examples. Compré, jugué, llegué, acepté, participé. So, what we have here is 5 words, all of them with the ending E. And you will see why this is very important today. I'm going to repeat the words again, and I would like you to repeat after me. Compré, compré, jugué, jugué, llegué, llegué, acepté, acepté, participé, participé. Okay, now I'm going to give you 60 seconds to try and work out the meaning of each one of those. Off you go. And your time is up. Let's have a look at the answers. The first one, I bought, I played, I arrived, I accepted, I took part. So you can see there is a bit of a pattern going on, and you will see why this is the case. Let's move on. Now we are going to match these verbs in infinitive, and I'm going to help you out with some words here in yellow. I'm going to give you 100 seconds to work them out. Go for it. And your time is up. Answers now. Llegar, to arrive. Regresar, to return. Comprar, to buy. Ordenar, to order. Tomar, to drink or to take. Mirar, to see. Hablar, to speak. Now, what I would like you to do is I'm going to show you a list of sentences. And what we need to do is we need to translate them into English. Off you go. And your time is up. Now, I know this might have been a bit hard, but I'm sure that some of the words were familiar to you. Here we go. Check your answers. As you can see, all of them were I, which is the first person. I arrive early or I order. As you can see here, I've got all of these words ending in O. So when a word ends in O, a verb, like in this case, it might be that it's a present tense and the person speaking is themselves, like I arrive early. Let's move on. Now, let's see what happens when we want to form the past tense. And this is when we have AR verbs. We have a number of verbs like to arrive, to order, to drink, to buy, to see, to speak, and to return. All of these verbs, they end in AR, as you can see here. So I'm going to take one of these ones, which is comprar. Now, when I want to do the past tense, when I want to form it, all I need to do is I'm going to look at the AR, which is that section at the end of the verb AR. And I'm going to get rid of it and I'm going to add E. So instead of AR, I'm going to use the E with the tilde, which is the symbol on top of it. So we do that with all of the other verbs. So if you want to say I arrived, is llegué. If you say I ordered, ordené. If you want to say I saw, well, you say mire. Now then, I'm gonna give you a few seconds to take a picture of this slide or take notes on your uh, notebook or your workbook, or even better, feel free to come back to watch the video again. Okay, you have a few more seconds to take notes because for the next slide, we are going to need all of these verbs. Here we go. So, what I'd like you to do is I want you to put these sentences into past tense. Off you go. And your time is up. Here we go. So as you can see, the end of llego temprano goes from the O to E with the tilde on top. Ordeno, ordené. Tomo, tomé. Compro, compré. Miro, miré. Hablo, hablé. Regreso, regresé. Now then, we have a text here and we need to put each one of these infinitive forms into the past tense. So I'm going to give you a few seconds for you to first read and then turn all these AR verbs into the first form presence past tense in singular, which is I. So off you go. And your time is up. Now let's see those answers. I'm going to read it along. Ayer visité el Museo de Arte Moderno de Barcelona. Admiré muchas obras de arte, entre ellas las de Gaudí. También escuché una charla sobre el arte en la ciudad de Barcelona. Luego hablé con un experto en arte sobre las diferentes esculturas en el museo. Finalmente, compré varias tarjetas postales para mi mejor amigo en el Reino Unido. Now then, we are going to answer some questions based on that reading. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to try and answer these 5 questions. Off you go. Okay, let's see some answers. When did he visit the museum? Well, he did it yesterday. He says ayer. What did he admire? Well, he admired many pieces of art, works of art, amongst them Gaudi's. What did he listen to whilst at the museum? Well, he listened to a lecture on arts about the city of Barcelona. What did he listen to whilst at the museum? Well, the lectures. And who did he talk to? Well, he talked to an expert. Finally, what did he buy and for whom? For whom? So he bought some postal cards. Good. So today we have revised vocabulary related to daily routine. We revised verbs in infinitive and checked the present tense. Now we learn how to conjugate verbs in past tense, and we translated sentences into English and read texts in Spanish. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson and feel free to come back and revise using this video. In the meantime, muchas gracias y muchos éxitos.